first little fish. I'm out here crappie fishing. Percy Priest out of Stewart Creek boat ramp right now. I've caught a couple of keepers. Decided I'd go live. We've got big storms coming in today. Got to do a little fishing before the storm if you're going to get any content. I got out here before the sun came up. It's been nice. It's a little windy, so I'm running a heavy jig to try to get these crappie. Got on my little Bobby Garland this morning. I'm usually running a 64th or a 32nd of an ounce jig head. That's a 16th of an ounce. That's pretty heavy for me. But this wind, you're gonna have to do something to keep the lure down in the strike zone. That's what I'm choosing to do this morning. We don't have a lot of time. I think the storms are supposed to start around 10 or 11 and then really fire up this evening. The worst of them. I don't want to be out here when that wind is screaming. Right now I'm just pulling a tight line with these crappie. They were slow to wake up this morning. They didn't want to bite first thing, sunrise. It took them till about 6:10, 6:15 before they got heated up. Good morning, buddy. I knew you'd be up. Simon's always up. This guy, he. Simon's always up. I don't think that guy sleeps. That's how he gets so many fish. I'm just about to give up on these fish, on the fish attractors for the year. I've been coming out here since about the beginning of April, and they've been on them really well. My buddy Matt was out here the other day, and he was on this attractor right here, which is why I came here. He had 7 keepers and 10 little ones. I was hoping to get on that kind of bite this morning. I've already caught 4, so they're in here. It looks like we're gonna have to be a little patient. Not a big deal. I got time. Stuff jumping everywhere. A lot of activity. I went live because I got a couple back to back, and I said, well, if I'm gonna get them back to back, I'm gonna go ahead and go live. I figured they were fired up and ready to go for the morning. Of course, as soon as I turned you guys on, shows how to catch a gar. Why would anybody want to catch a gar? Is Brenda my wife? Yeah, no. Good morning, Brendan. Check this out. Get you 2 of these. You think I'm joking? Put 2 of these on the line, one down here and one up here, about a foot apart. And anywhere where gar live, get out there and throw this double setup, 2 Bobby Garlands. Throw it in their vicinity, wherever they are, and reel it back really slow. And I promise you, one of those 2 will go around their mouth and wrap everything up in a big tangling mess, and you will get them in. Most people like to use a little piece of rope as opposed to like a hook or anything like that, and just kind of strip it like you're working a fly or something like that. But I've done that. It's not nearly as effective as going crappie fishing. If you'll go crappie fishing with 2 Bobby Garlands, anywhere gar live, you're going to get them. The deeper the water, the better, I find, because that way you can do a real slow retrieve. That's what crappie like, and unfortunately that's what gar like too. I got that one the other day. I know it was every bit of 4 foot long. I saw it right next to the boat, and 45 inches is a trophy. So I hooked a trophy the other day. When I do that, I just want to get it away from me as fast as possible. But I wish I would have got it in and put it on a tape measure. It's just so hard to do with those fish sitting in a kayak. If I caught it in this boat, I would do that. Yeah, don't do the rope method. The rope is not a good method. People fish for them when it's shallow, and that's where they think they're going to get them with that rope. I don't like that. You have to find fish that are willing to bite to get them to do that. And I find that those gar, they'll bite lures more readily if they've got deeper water. Catch them in the shallows every once in a while, but not usually. I like out there at Center Hill Dam, 18 foot of water. Throw some bobby garlands out, let them sink to the bottom. You'll catch a gar every cast. Yeah, they're a good fight. That's the truth. If I wanted a good fight, though, I just go online and give a political opinion or a religious opinion. Sometimes I want that crappie, that thump. Crappie don't put up a heck of a fight. That's anytime I catch a gar, that's what I'm after. I'm after a crappie thump. I just love the thump. White jig head. Me and Bro caught 30. Alright, okay. I'll do it right now. I have a white jig head. Cut this one off. Okay, white jig head. Red eye. 1/16 of an ounce. I think that's the number. I tried throwing a lighter jig earlier. It's just too much wind. Even with the wind at my back, it's still too much. White Bobby Garland with the white jig head. I have chartreuse and black. I have pink and green, which I call watermelon because it looks like the color of a watermelon. But I think they call it electric chicken, which is silly to me. There you go. That's the setup. White jig head. I've been letting it sink all the way to the bottom. I start at the top. Anytime I go crappie fishing, I start with it at the surface. As soon as it hits the surface, I start my retrieve. If I don't get a bite for a few casts, I start letting it sink and I count it down. 1,001, then I start my retrieve. Then the next cast, 1,002, until I find a zone where I can get a consistent bite. Today, the only thing that's got me a fish has been letting it sink to the bottom and then a slow retrieve. I tried giving it that twitch, like that right there. Let's see the rod tip to get that in here. See that twitch? Like that. They didn't really like that. I tried giving it the pause, which I developed on my own. It's the only thing I ever really developed on my own. I did this right here to scratch my nose or move my glasses, and oh, I got a hit like that. So I tried the pause this morning. I tried the twitch. They didn't like that. Yeah, catching them on white pearl with a white jig head. Good. Okay, well that's what I got. Let's give it a shot. Reopen Walter Hill Park. The action above the dam should be fire for a few days. Yeah, I think they're paving it down there or something like that. Walter Hill Park, he's talking about East Fork, Stones River, and the Walter Hill area right there in Las Casas. Yeah, I think they're paving everything in there. I think that's why they got it shut down. They need to pave it in there. That place is crazy bad. It's all potholed up. when you pull in there, I've pulled in there with buddies before because we're doing the little kayak trip from Walter Hill down to Mona. I'll have to tell them, slow down pulling in here. Because that place is a mess. You literally can't even pull off the road into that park. It's just so rutted and pitted. They're fixing it. Yeah, redoing the whole parking area. Yeah. I've driven by there several times, going the back way up to Center Hill. So I had seen it was shut down. Good. That's a good thing. Taxpayer money. We need that park, even though it catches a lot of flack because it sits right there in the shadow of that Mount Trashmore, right in the shadow of our landfill. What's up, buddy? I mean, obviously, it's got the signs there that say not to eat the fish, or sensitive people, pregnant people shouldn't eat the fish. Those spots, though, where, like you said, it's going to be on fire. The place is loaded. Fantastic for bass fishing. I like to go there this time of year above the dam. I can even take my boat in there. You can go all the way up to where, I mean, you get up there, we just missed one. You get up there far enough, up to the rapids, 3, 4, 5 miles away from the boat ramp. Oh, he came back for it, I missed him again. And you're way before the landfill. And that landfill doesn't flow upstream, as gross as it is. Smashing the smallmouth at 84. Yeah, I went down 84 yesterday, and 84 lumber, and went downstream. And there was a guy in there, and he was using live bait, and he had a stringer full of smallmouth. That may have been you. Not sure, but yeah. I mean, these were some nice smallmouths. It looked like he had just about a limit. So, a whole bunch of meat on the stringer. I tried to go out just a little while yesterday evening to see if I could get a bite on a topwater beaver, or maybe a big glide bait. I was just looking for a huge bite. I didn't end up getting one. You kept in release so other people could enjoy the fight. That's cool. Yeah, well, it's not a big deal. I mean, everybody's allowed to keep the fish legally if they want to. Every once in a while, it's nice that somebody comes along and takes them out of there to put a Stewart Creek boat ramp. Supposed to go tomorrow, but I don't know if we got a lot of rain yesterday. I don't know how much the lake rose. Nah, the lake is fine. The lake level's fine. I did put it in Stewart Creek, and it's perfect. And there's storms coming in tonight, but they move through so fast. They're not dumping enough rain to flood the lake, so you'll be fine. Just come on out. Yeah, I know we got bad weather coming in. You should rewind to the beginning of this live and see what I had to say. Like, I've only got a few hours to do this. That's exactly why I'm out here doing it now, but I appreciate you, Bob. It means a lot to me. An eye on the sky is something I always have to have. If I'm not weather aware, my mother will make me weather aware. Hi, Mom. I'm sure she's watching right now. Love you. Yeah, it's one of those things where I definitely gotta safeguard my safety. Hey, no problem, Moose. Yeah, come on out and get them. Like I said, I've been live for 14 minutes. I've only got 2 bites. I was catching fish right before I went live, and that's why I put the camera down and turned it on. I figured, well, I'll get plenty more fish now that they're fired up, and that hasn't been the case. But if you're gonna come out, just 15-20 minutes on each one of these fish attractors. Like, I could see 1 here, 2 right there, 2 right there. If you're not catching them, like, rather quickly, Moose, on one fish attractor, just move to another one, because they're gonna be on some of them, but they're gonna be on some of them more than others. So I've probably given this one too much time. Part of that's because I went live, and I don't feel like turning you guys off and motoring across the lake. I thought maybe with this little white jig head, bite. He did. Still sticking. They hate the twitch today. They just want a slow roll. Yeah, we got the storm coming in. After this storm, this is a massive storm. It's coming in tonight. Well, there's a precursor this morning, right around lunchtime. Then this evening, there's the main event. After that, we get another cold front, another 3 days with below average temperatures. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, something like that. Call it cotton britches winter is what I heard it referred to. Late May, early June in Tennessee. People have already put away their thick linen breeches for the year, and they switched to their cooler cotton breeches for the season. This is cotton breeches winter coming up for the next couple of days. Right when the school state soccer tournaments begin, yeah. If I know state tournaments, like basketball tournaments and stuff like that, they usually do that kind of stuff in Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro has a tremendous Richard Siegel Park. It's a tremendous soccer facility. You know, I should probably do more for the city of Murfreesboro where I live, because we have so much great stuff. And I would imagine that's where the soccer tournament is. If it's not, I'd be surprised. It's because Murfreesboro is so well equipped to handle that kind of thing, and we're right in the center of the state. Yes, that's where it is, Richard Siegel Park. You know, we just built that park in the last 10 years. That wasn't even there. And 8.5 foot deep. All the other ones weren't doing so good. Let me see what I'm at right now. Bro, I'm at 7 foot of depth. There's a good chance I'm too shallow, huh? Yeah. Tell you what, I don't have a whole lot of time, and it's been fun hanging out with you guys for 15 minutes or so. I think I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna take your advice, Moose. I'm hitting it. Oh, right as I say that, I got a bite. Isn't that the way it always goes? But I am. I'm gonna go. I know those fish attractors are in deeper water. I'm gonna go move over to deeper water. If I get a video out of it, you guys can check it out. I'll probably post it tomorrow. If I can get a couple crappie. Look at that. Crappie will let you know when you get a bite. If you don't have it glued on there, they're gonna pull that little Bobby Garland down that hook. Sure did. I missed him. Tell you what, I'm gonna go hit that deeper water. I see I got a bunch of you watching right now, but I'm gonna have to call it. I'm gonna have to ride across the lake and find these deeper fish attractors. I appreciate you, Moose. Good talking to you. Eat the bushes. You take care. Y'all be safe out there at that tournament. It's definitely going to be a lot of lightning today. Hopefully you can get some games in. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks, Moose. Y'all have a better day.